Trey Veston here, headed out to the great Idaho backcountry for some manly man fun in the Northwest. Today we're going to go huckleberry picking, and not just huckleberry picking, but we're going to evaluate my brush gun, camping carbine, and a carry pistol for the woods. Take a closer look at those later. We're driving through the beautiful, picturesque little village of Princeton, and alrighty. Headed up to the deep woods, well, not really deep woods, Bald Mountain Lookout area. A little early for berries, but hopefully there'll be some out. And I figured what better way to evaluate a bear, brush, hiking, camping carbine than to evaluate it in the woods while berry picking in bear country. So, alrighty, let's get up there and check it out. Alrighty, getting a little closer to our turn-off spot, and we'll expand a little bit on today's adventure. It's going to be a little challenging, not because of bad roads or anything, but it's a little hot, and it was 99 degrees in my house, and it's sitting at, it was 97, now it says it's 95 degrees, so yeah, it's going to be a little warm out there picking berries. So yeah, but where we're going, it's going to be a little higher in elevation. It's a little early for berries, but hopefully it'll be good. So yeah, bonus points if you can name the song playing on my radio right now. No vocals, there's a clue, and it's 80s rock. So alrighty, so what we're going to do is, the game plan is get up to where the berries are, see if they're out, and if they're not, no big deal. We'll do a review of the rifle. I just put the new red dot sight on. I started to shoot a video last weekend at the cabin, and we'll have some footage from that, but it was at 100 degrees down there, and I was in the rifle range, or pistol range down at the cabin, and it was stinking hot. The gun was getting super hot, and got some shots, some chronograph shots going. It was interesting, and it was just too hot, so I said I was going to let it cool down, and it just ended up being too hot. And my dad's like, hey, let's try this new whiskey I found. And so I had a couple shots of that with them, and I was like, oh yeah, no more firearms today, not after the whiskey. So it is a great whiskey. It's Pendleton Military Edition. Good stuff. Alrighty, so why is this person going way into the speed limit? Okay, awesome. Well, welcome to North Idaho. Okay, alrighty, let's get up there and find some berries and shoot some guns. Alrighty, Trey Veston here, and we made it up to our favorite berry patch up here in the North Idaho woods. And these are the two weapons we're going to evaluate in an actual huckleberry patch. First is the Henry Big Boy Black Edition, and this is the tactical version. It's got the M-lock, which I've got a light mount here on this side for a flashlight. I've got rails I've added on this. It's got the fiber optic open sights, threaded barrel. Don't know why you'd want to suppress the lever action, but more power to you. It's got the stock, composite stock, the larger loop. I like it. It's reasonably lightweight and compact. Now, I tried to add a Skinner sight to it. Skinner had some really good looking tactical peep sights that mounted right here. And I mounted it on there, and it looked like they were just too tall with the existing front fiber optic sight. I went to the range, the cabin last week, verified they're hitting like 4 or 5 inches high at 25 yards with all the adjustment down. So the Skinner sights just wouldn't work. So I bought this cheap, it's like $55 sight. It's got a shake awake feature, some Chinese red dot, and it's awesome because if you look through here, you can actually co-witness the fiber optic sights. So if this dies, which it probably will because it's Chinese, I can still sight right through here. So that's awesome. I've got this lighter padded sling on here. I'm trying to remember the name brand. It's a Kodiak Airlight, but it's awesome for packing because it's grippy, so it doesn't slide off your shoulder. That's important when you're picking berries. You're out here bending over, trying to maneuver around stuff. You don't want your rifles constantly sliding off your shoulder. It's wider, so it distributes the weight better. It's got this handy little grip here. I've added this pouch, which carries some extra 45 Colt loads and a little lighter in there. And yeah, it's a great little gun. It's designed exactly for what I'm doing today, which is out picking huckleberries. And the reality is the chances that I'll need this for bears, it's like 2%. So there are probably bears out, but it's hot. It's 99 degrees at my house in town. Up here it's 86 degrees, so it's a lot cooler, but it's still hot for bears, especially on this south facing slope. So it's good for berries, bad for bears. There's a lot of traffic up here, a lot of people out picking berries, so probably not going to see any bears. I've been looking around, I haven't seen any bear sign. You can tell when the bear's been through a patch. You'll see a lot of ripped off branches because they don't use their claws and pick berries. They just get a mouthful of branches and they kind of run it through their teeth and strips all the berries off into their mouth. That's how bears eat huckleberries. So if you see a lot of stripped off branches, then you'll know there's been a bear through the area. But up here, the black bears, mostly harmless. But still, I like to carry this and also my 10mm XDM OSP Elite. And I've seen other videos, this thing is just super accurate with the loads I've got in there. So if there are any bears, we'll be prepared. So I thought it'd be fun to just see how accurate this thing is. I have not dialed in this sight. It was just too hot. So what I'll do is we'll set up some pop cans at stumps from 25 to 50 yards, and we'll just shoot offhand and see if we can hit them. And if we're consistently missing one way or the other, maybe we'll try and dial this in a little closer. But let's get to shooting in the huckleberry patch. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Wind's picking up. Okay, I'll start at the easy one, about 25 yards. And it's a hit. And there's another hit. Okay, a little further out. Oh, that's a miss. Another miss. Let's go all the way out to 50. See what we hit. On to the right. Still, oh, that was to the left. There we go. Yeah, I need to adjust it a little bit over to the right. All right, that's good. Hey, Trey Veston here, and trying to do a short wrap up. I was trying to put together a video download, and I was watching, and it's like, man, I didn't really go over all the advantages and my impressions of the rifle. I just was having too much fun shooting cans out in the middle of a huckleberry patch. So I just wanted to go over quickly why I like this rifle. I didn't even say in there if I really did like it. I love this rifle. It's perfect. It's intended as a camping carbine. It's perfect to have around the campfire at night. I've got the light mount here. Super useful. You know, if you're sitting around at night and you've got wolves coming in, which has happened to me actually. I've got a Surefire G2 that sits on here in a quick removable mount. Light's super helpful for identifying creatures at night. The large loop, they say it's more of a gimmick. Let's verify firearms unloaded. It's helpful, they say, with gloves in the wintertime, so whatever, it looks nice. It's not too garish. That's fine. Henry has now incorporated the side loading gate. This is awesome. I don't think I've ever used the conventional tube loading. My first 22 lever action was a Browning BLR 22, grade 2, and it had that. And so it's fine, but this is so much handier. Love it. Overall length is perfect. It shoulders nicely. The trigger is a little heavy. It's about 6 pounds. I've measured it, but it's crisp and feels good. It doesn't seem like it's that heavy. Overall weight of the rifle is 8.8 pounds as it's equipped here with all these goodies on it with the sling, these Kodiak slings. They're perfect. They're great. They're decent quality. I don't think they're very expensive, like 25, 30 bucks. Like them. The sighting, I'm trying to get the sights dialed in. And when I first bought it, it had these are the factory fiber optic sights. They work great. You can see them really quick. You acquire them quickly. Very simple. They seem fine. But then I thought, well, I need a red dot because I'm getting older and I shoot so much better with the red dot. So I put a Vortex Venom sight on that. And it worked very well. It was very compact, but it was just with that exposed lens. It just didn't seem like it was robust enough for the woods, and it didn't have the shake awake feature. I saw this red dot, and it's a Chinese. It's Cyelee, Cyelee. T3 is the model, and I think it was like 50 bucks, but it had the shake awake feature. It had, I think it's a 3 MOA red dot. I have astigmatism. This red dot is actually really good. My astigmatism doesn't make it too blurry. I can actually get pretty accurate with it. It worked today. It's still not fine-tuned dialed in because I didn't have a bench. But yeah, I was able to hit stuff out at, 40, 50 yards offhand with this, so I'm happy with it. I bought these Skinner sights, these winged tactical sights. This is the rear sight. It mounts, you take the Picanti rail, Picanti sauce, I don't know, whatever. The rail, take it off. This mounts right here, directly to the receiver. Looks great, great sight picture, good quality. These are 80 bucks. They said I made sure I got the right one for the Henry big boy. The issue is there's not enough adjustment in here. It's just too tall to work with the factory fiber optic sights. And I did some rough measuring, some micrometer checking with it, and it looked like there's not a front sight that's tall enough in fiber optic to work with this. So Skinner sights just will not work with this rifle with the factory fiber optic sights, as far as I know. So I thought, well, I'll try this $50 red dot. We'll throw it on there. And the cool thing about it is the rail's got a little notch in here, and there's just a little space in between here where this mounts that I can actually co-witness. I can look through here and see these sights perfectly. So if this goes out, I can see perfectly. So there you go. So this rifle, I love it. The negatives, the capacity isn't as high as my 1894. My 1894 Marlin had 10 round capacity. This has 7. But that's the only negative. This thing is so much smoother. It feeds better. It's reliable. It's more accurate. It's just overall the quality, the fit and finish is vastly superior to the Remlin 1894 that I had before. So love it. Great gun. There you go. The XDM Elite pistol. We have a full mag, but it is empty, so we'll just leave the mag over here. This little pistol just impresses the heck out of me. The trigger's great. I love the factory sights with the fiber optic front. The fit, the ergonomics are great. The accuracy is phenomenal. You'll 3/4 inch groups at 25 yards with the rest. This is the most accurate handgun I have, and it's a little compact 10. So there you go. Shooting it today, I was trying to shoot it one-handed, kept missing. And so I put the rifle down, I reloaded, I went back, and I shot two-handed at the 25 and 30 yard, and I was hitting pretty good. Of course, that video, for some reason, the camera overheated in the sun, and it didn't record any of it. So just take my word for it. It was an awesome shot later when the camera wasn't on. So very happy with my combo for the Idaho Woods. 10mm, 45 Colt. Plenty of energy for anything I'll encounter out there. Durable, both are accurate. And yeah, very happy. These are my recommendation for the North Idaho Woods. And anywhere, I mean, even if you run into grizzlies, this was some 300 grain, hard-hitting, hard-cast loads. It's pretty formidable. Abominable. Yeah, okay. I'm not drunk, I swear. So, yeah, great combination. Highly recommend it. A lot of guys got the Glock G29. I've got one of those. I love it too. They're so close. Next video, I installed a shot timer on my phone, so I'm going to try and see. I'm going to shoot this next to the G29 and a 40 Smith & Wesson Gen 4 G23, and we'll just do some comparisons, see which is faster, more accurate, and that should be good. So that's my evaluation. Sorry I wasn't included out in the field, but it's my honest review. And any questions, ask in the link below. If you need measurements or weights or anything, I'll do my best to answer them. Alrighty, Trey Veston out. Thanks.